Alright YouTube, it's been a long time since I've done a video like normal, and I want to just let you know this is going to be a long video. So we're going to cover all kinds of stuff, mostly to update people that always want to know what I got going. And I have time while there's still daylight. Well, this here's Mr. Big League Chew, and Big League Chew is a grand champion. I'm sure we've covered it before, but I wanted to mention Big League Chew is on his way to Florida next month, so he will be leaving here very shortly. He has a litter out there I'll be able to show you, as well as hopefully maybe he'll get somebody bred before he leaves. But he's also full brother to York, and York's a grand champion that just earned his 9th leg, so we'll show you him in a minute. But this is Mr. Mars. He just grand championed. He's a big boy. He is right up at max weight. Real happy about him. Homegrown buck that got a lot of weight to him for a red New Zealand. So once Big League goes, then Mars will have a nice big cage to get in. And here's York, brother to Big League Chew, and they are both brothers to Atomic Fireball, who is out there. All three are grand champions. She's a doe. York, Big League Chew, and Atomic are all son and daughters of Smarty over Andes, which is a very common breeding I've been doing, obviously for the reason that they make such great babies. But York has just earned his 9th leg and still going. And there's Mr. Almond Joy. And a new buck. And this is Hubba Bubba. And normally he's such, there he comes. Alright, I was going to say, normally Hubba Bubba is a sweetie. Hubba Bubba is the buck that I traded for Sunkiss that went to California. And Hubba Bubba, he is 1 leg away from granding, so we'll see what he can do. He's still in great condition, so maybe he'll do that for us in Florida. Oh, and this buck here is brother to York, Fireball, and Big League Chew. Younger breeding, but he, as well as Big League Chew, are on their way to Florida next month. We're going to a show down there next month, so a lot of these rabbits are going to be going to Florida and getting some genetics spread out to the southeast. So wonderful, real happy about that. Okay, so we'll start outside with the grow outs. I'm getting ready to feed and water, and I want to catch this before it gets dark here on Christmas Eve, because I got to get all this done and get out of here. So one thing I will mention is Strawberry, obviously inside. She has 4 red babies, and they are growing like weeds because there's only 4, and they are out of Mars, and they are gorgeous reds. This is Warhead over Bubblicious, so they're broken on broken. That's why the little reds here are a little lighter. But as I've had in the past, those broken on broken breedings, probably 75% of them darken up a lot once they get a little bit older, more in the older junior age. They have 2 red does and 2 red bucks, but the brokens here are 2 does and 1 buck, all showable brokens. Same deal pretty much with Smarty and Andes here. They have 2 buck brokens, 1 doe broken, a Charlie buck, and then 2 red does and a red buck. And then this one is a red buck and her, or I'll just do it over here. Smarty and red buck, so a broken buck over red breeding. That made me 3 red bucks. 2 of them are in here, the 2 dark ones, along with that one down here. And then I added Trident's Charlie Doe that you saw down there in this group, and well, it's Icebreaker and Trident. They had more, but I sold a lot of them, heavy brokens. This is very confusing, I know, but I keep it all on here on the records. But this broken here is out of Warhead and Snowcaps. All these haven't been tattooed yet. Some of the ones I just showed you already have, but once I get everybody tattooed, then I can separate bucks and does. They're almost to that age where you need to be doing that, around 12 weeks or so. 12 to 14 probably. So anyway, there's 2 red bucks in here, and then the one down there, and these 2 here are just gorgeous, and so is he. The reason they are down there is they escaped, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and anything that hits the ground I separate it from everybody else, and then once they've been separated that long, it's not good to put them all back in there in a cage that these guys are already familiar with, bringing them back, etc. They can fight and try to establish dominance, so I didn't want to do that. So I know who they are and who separated where. This is Sugar babies, and then a Smarty, so red doe, broken buck, and they had some heavy brokens which sold for meat rabbits, but these guys are a little bit light red, probably not going to make the cut. And all these are my 6/8 for nationals, and I bred a lot of brokens on top of red does, mostly because I was waiting on new red bucks that were growing up or whatever, but I was trying to do it to get my brokens fast growing size into my reds, and I successfully have done that, and I've got some red bucks now that are big anyway, like Mars, like I showed you. But I did too many of them, and I don't have as many reds for nationals. So these guys are going to make it, and then I got a litter inside of all reds that are pretty nice. Plus I got some seniors. Oh, they'll be seniors for nationals. Here's a litter of icebreakers and trident. Look at all that broken. Now they had a Charlie doe and another broken that didn't have any nose markings. That no nose marking one went to a young man over in Illinois, and these are his litter mates. If you're watching this and you're curious, your no-nose, this is the litter they came out of. Absolutely gorgeous. Icebreakers over trident. And I'm gonna have lots of brokens for nationals, that's for sure. Not tattooed yet, so we'll see about that. Getting that done so I can get everybody separated. Then we got Smarties over peppermints. This is broken on broken. So you had 2 light reds, probably ain't gonna make the cut. And then I have these brokens here, 3 bucks and 1 doe. There's another one down under there. But oh yeah, I didn't say what these guys were. There's 3 bucks, 3 does, and these guys. And that one there is a broken buck. Like I said already about the 2 nice dark red bucks, and then a light red buck that came out of the warhead. This same litter mate here, probably not gonna make cut. And that's all those. I already told you those, so we'll go inside now. I know the videos get long, but you don't have to watch it all in one setting, I guess, but I just run through them, so you can pause and stare at stuff or whatever you want to do. I will try some of these. I don't want to disturb excuse me, a lot of them, and my battery's at 9%, so I may end up getting cut off and having to finish later. This is Hubba Bubba, the red buck that I got, and this is my new candy corn doe that I raised up. She's the new Charlie that replaced Charlie, and she's gorgeous. I was going to let this one breeding be her one, then move her along, because I have so many broken does, I just don't need her anymore to do that. But I wanted to get that new red buck into the broken program, and this was the quickest way to do it. She had 6 babies, and she made a nice nest, but she didn't pull any hair, so we had to pull her hair for her. In doing that, it kind of scared me, so I took the 2 prettiest ones and fostered them to different red does, 2 prettiest brokens. That way I could tell them apart. Then she started doing real good and raising them, so I brought those back. Well, then she peed all over everything, and so I took one I had already left, and then I took that one back to the doe I originally fostered it to, and it didn't make it because it hadn't been fed for a couple days, I guess. Well, the one I didn't move is over there with Sugar babies, and you'll see her in a little bit. And that kit is gorgeous. And this one here is a heavy broken in there. It is one that she did raise, and I wanted her to go ahead and raise this litter, or this one baby at least. That way she gets the experience, and we'll do much better next time, I'm sure, because she has constantly pulled hair over and over and over to keep covering that baby up. So she'll make a good mom. Just first time was a little rough. Here's Andy's, and she's bred to Smarties. Well, like I've said before, will never be bred to anything else. She only had 4, and they are, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 3 brokens and a little red in there. Sorry. So like I said, there's 3 brokens and 1 red in there. Phone died, so I went ahead and fed and then let it charge a little bit. Alright, and here's Miss Atomic Fireball. We talked about her. She's a nice big doe. Love her to death. She's gorgeous. This is Big League Chew and York's sister. It is Andy's daughter with Smarty as the dad. And she has 9. And I'm not going to dig them out. First time mama. You know, they were born, quite a few days ago, but, you know, like 12 or so. But I'm not going to get into them. Now, she was bred to icebreakers, and her and icebreakers threw, there's 4 whites in there, I think, out of the 9. So the brokens are, I think, 2 maybe, and then a solid maybe, and Charlie, something like that. But don't really want the whites, but that just happens. And icebreakers throws more white babies, I notice. Just a matter of hooking her up with the right buck. May have to breed her to a solid red, or possibly warhead. My intention is for warhead to sell pretty soon because I just don't need him. I need to make room for more upcoming bucks. So I might breed her to warhead before he takes off. Now I think about it, that probably will happen. And then next month before he leaves, and then we will probably breed her to a red one the next time, depending on what bucks I have. Alright, here's Bubblicious and Big League Chew. Big League Chew's first litter. There's a whole box of cuteness. Try to keep the phone shadow out of there. Mostly all brokens. They had 10, she's down to 7. Because 2 of these guys are over with Gummy and Gummy Bear, and then one had died. So that's pretty much it. That's Big League Chew's only litter so far. I mean, he is getting sold next month, so it's possible I breed him again. I mean, that's why I kept York. York hasn't bred anybody. He's more of a lover than a real hardcore breeder, but we were making progress with that, and he's getting a lot better at it. So he has figured it out. So probably next time for a doe that I'd sold, which ended up getting attacked by coyotes or something like that, and so he isn't going to be able to be proven yet, but I'm sure it's going to happen soon now that he knows what he's doing. Icebreakers and peppermints, they had 4 left. I think she had like 7. 4 ended up making it, and then that's actually Charlie. There you go. These 2 kits kept getting out when it got cold, and I got them back in one night before I went to bed, and then for like 3 nights in a row, no problems. One night I don't come out here before I go to sleep and check, they got out, and they got stuck behind the box back there, and they were dead the next morning. So, and they were 2 pretty brokens. But that's gonna happen. I've got plenty, but you know, it's still, you don't want. Okay, so we'll try this again because I ran out of room on my phone, had to delete some stuff. So anyway, here we got Smarty and Trident. They got 6 little babies in there. Let's see if we can get a good look at them. Not too much. That's Charlie, a couple brokens, a couple reds. I think there's 3 brokens. Right there's one. Alright, some good news for me. Miss Jolly Rancher was bred to Almond Joy, and Jolly Rancher was my best in show doe back in May. And look, I have babies. The first one she had on the wire back in the summer. I think she was bred like 2 more times and missed. And finally, we got some babies. She had 3, and only 2 made it. But that's okay. They're nice and dark, and they're going to be big and fat. They're the youngest of all these babies. Well, actually, I guess Atomix is 2 days younger. But still, youngest of all the reds for sure. And then we got Miss Hot Tamales here, and I got some good news on some of her kids, or daughters, that I have in the juniors showing right now. Not really much to see. She's got 7 of them in here, and we'll peek in here and see the old guy watching us. Just 7 nice reds. She was bred to Payday. The reason for that is, like I said, these juniors that I just was talking about, that I'm happy about, they're out of Payday as well with her. So I wanted to do that breeding again. And then we have a bit of honey. Finally she had 3 strikes in between her first litter, and then 3 times she missed, and then now she's got these guys. So got a whole bunch of nice cute little reds. She was bred to Payday as well because that was her first breeding and they did so well. I'm going to obviously breed her to somebody else the next time. And then we got Hubba Bubba And this is the red doe he bred, red vines. And we got one right there. Cute little guy out right here. And there's 5 of them back in there. And one of them ended up being a tort. And you can see the tort right there. And the rest of them are some nice, beautiful reds. So, real excited about that. It is getting kind of dark in here. The sun's starting to set. We got some light. We'll start over here. This is Big Hunk and Hot Tamales litter, the same as the one, age-wise, as the ones outside. You can see right there, that little buck got his ear tore up in here. This is the downside to having these guys together. Usually at this age, I don't have a problem at all. I don't know what happened, but somebody was not happy with it. Somebody. And he got 2 chunks on both sides, so that poor little guy looks like he's not going to be showable. But we'll see what he turns into. Hopefully I can get them tattooed and separated out and have a less chance of whoever did that doing that to another one. Mars over Sugar Babies. Mars, again, the homegrown buck is so big and heavy that it granted for me. And thank you, Sugar. So I do want to show, there's that little broken from, let's see if I can get Hubba Bubba and Candy Corn, the Charlie Doe. It's gorgeous little broken. And then these little reds here. Hey, buddy. She has 5 of her own, and then the 6th one being that broken there. This is the one that I fostered her and did not foster back. I wish I'd have left the one with Strawberry too, instead of trying to give it back to Mom and just let her raise the one she had. I was thinking Strawberry had more babies than she did, and I thought, well, I didn't want to have her have too many, because I don't like them having more than 6 for show rabbits, because they grow so much better. I mean, way better. But then having, a big old litter. I think we've talked about that before, obviously. But I definitely didn't want to do that to her, and then I realized she had one less than I thought, and that would have been the 6th one. and that one and one of those ended up dying anyway. She's down to 4, but I should have never took that broken away. Maybe I'd have got a buck and a doe. But now I want to do Hubba Bubba and Candy Corn over there again before I let her go, just because they did have a bunch of dark, pretty, broken reds, and why not do it again, right? Here's Miss Gummy Bear, and Gummy Bear has 6, 4 of hers, which I'm completely happy with, and because they make awesome winning show babies at that size litter. And then she has 2 from Bubblicious in there, and there they are. Let's see. That light red one right here is from Bubblicious. So that's Big Leg Chew and Bubblicious. I actually thought it was a white when I put it in there. It was so light. And then that little white guy there. Or Charlie. I think he's a Charlie. Yeah, it has to be a Charlie. He's got dark eyes, right? So, yeah, he got a little spot. A spot on his ear. That's about it, though. Anyway, alright, so that nice big old litter. These guys are all going to be losing their, a lot of these guys, not all of them, but a lot of them are going to be losing their box here in the next day or 2. Alright, so that's all of the babies. I've got a whole bunch of juniors, as you can see, for nationals, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we'll just start over here. This is Smarty and Laffy Taffy. Well, now it's going to be too much with the sun. I apologize, but I tried. I have so many headaches trying to get videos done. It almost gets frustrating to the point I don't even want to do them, because it's a constant battle, because there's so much to talk about and so much to see that it makes it hard. But this guy is a monster. He is at 3.5 months old. I was showing him, and he was already 8 pounds. Just a stud. He's got a lot of extra color on him. I mean, he's not too much, but he's pretty heavy patterned. He's not what I call real heavy. So he still does well. And then we have this red buck and that red buck are brothers. They are out of Smarty and Strawberry, because I wanted to have Smarty size into my reds. These are the 2 bucks that I chose out of that to be red bucks. We'll see which one becomes the winner of the breeder buck, if either one. Down here is my intermediate doe that I've been showing. She's already legged up enough for champion, and I forgot what I named her. Let me see if I can do it real quick. I think a Sour Patch Kids, that's who this is. So for now, I just got to get her registered and get her done. Same thing with Sugar Daddies. I'll show you him in a minute. Alright, so this doe, who has a summer ear, and this doe, are all three littermate sisters. They're all three from K-Day and Hot Tamales. They're the first ones, and all three of them I love them all. I mean, I'd take any of them. But I'm waiting to decide which one, if not two. I'm probably just one. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to have 2 or 3 of these 7 red does that I got for more shows. But one of those is going to be staying around to be the replacement for their mom. I've waited forever to find just the right group or right pairing of a doe that I like, that's wide enough, that can replace their mother. And I think I finally found the group. So, not that they have to replace their mom, but you know, the Hot Tamales, since she won nationals, I have been trying to get a baby to replace her with. If I wanted to replace her, you know, or just, I've gotten good bucks. I wanted to finally got a doe, and I finally got a whole set of them. So, good combination there, and we'll see which one of them gets to hang around. And here's Miss Mamba. She's a senior doe. She's still on the show circuit. She's missing one leg for Grand Champion, so we're waiting to get that done for her. Not sure why, but the phone just shut off, so I don't know what's going on, people. Anyway, she's okay, so I'm not gonna be able to get this done without cleaning off a whole bunch of storage, and I'm at 3%, so we're gonna fly through these last few real quick. Again, Mamba, she's almost granded. She's about ready. She's still on the show circuit. She will be into the breeding program, probably replacing Red Vines at some point someday, because I like her breeding and where she comes from. It's a totally different line that I built, and I want to make sure I can use her. Then we have a broken buck who's planning to, he's just a junior broken buck. And then a red buck, junior buck, and then another red junior doe. All of them I like, that's why they're here. Broken junior doe, the sister of this one. A lot of these will be sold in Florida. A red junior doe, and then we have one that's like the ones outside age-wise. It's going to be a 6'8" for nationals. One of the out of Icebreakers and Gummy. It's a beautiful red doe. The only one that really survived that whole litter that was worth even having around. And then here we have Sugar Daddies. You can't really see him, the horrible lighting, sorry. But he was ready to be Grand Champion. He is out of Sugar Babies, so I named him Sugar Daddy. He is from Heath, Grand Champion buck over Sugar Babies Grand Champion doe, and Heath is gone. I sold him last year at Nationals, so this is the one buck that I get to keep out of him. Hopefully you'll be able to see him in the future. But that's everybody and everything I've shown you, and so I'll try to get these uploaded before my phone dies here and get it plugged in anyway. But thanks everybody, and have a great new year, and thanks for supporting the channel and sticking with us. We really appreciate it. Sorry I can't get more videos out faster. I say it all the time, but as you can see, I'm a very, very busy guy with all these, and on top of people always contacting me, so it keeps me pretty busy. But thanks a lot again. Okay, so the other day, Christmas Eve, I did that video, and today is Sunday after Christmas, and I was editing that video, and I remembered that over here under, or I basically saw it whenever I was doing it, that under Jolly Rancher I had these 4, and I didn't tell you about them, so we're going to hit them real quick. This here is a white doe out of Icebreakers and Bubblicious, her first litter. And I let my son show the whites, and nothing real special about her. She's a nice little white doe. So he gets to show her some just so he can show something, and my youngest son. And then we'll just sell her along. But she's out of broken on broken reds, so she's probably a broken red or a red. Genetically. And then down here we have this beautiful little red doe. I'm pretty excited about her. She's gorgeous. She is out of Smarty and Strawberry, the one in the garage. Like I said, I used a lot of broken on red. Well, this was the main breeding I went for. Her 2 brothers are over there. I was showing you the 2 red brothers that I got what I wanted for. Well, she ends up, I think she might be better than they are, so, and much darker, so that's how it works. You want a red buck, you get a nice red doe, right? But the red bucks are nice too, so we'll see. but she's likely to stay right now with one of the hot tamales girls. This is just a broken buck that is her full brother. Not a lot to say about him. He's still kind of growing out. He's just a slow to develop, so I'm giving him more time. He needs to fill in a little bit more, but he's still a pretty red buck nonetheless, worth having him around here for now while I have the space. Then up here is a broken buck that is Icebreakers and Andes. It's the last time Andes was going to be bred to any other buck before I decided she was only being bred to Smarty, and this buck is the kind of a one-off, and he is really nice. He's gotten a lot of good compliments as a young junior, and judges keep telling me like what I think is as he develops he's going to get better and better and better, and he has it all there. He has all the potential. He just needs to fill those muscles out, and he has been doing that. So a little one-off buck there, nice pretty pattern, gorgeous buck. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I didn't leave these guys out and forget about this cage like I always do. I always work around to those other cages and forget this little bit of condo I got under Jolly Ranchers. So like we said, I was going to get the box out of most of these, the older ones. So we're going to show you, these guys got out of their box. There's her one little baby I didn't show you before, and these guys here, there's that one little Hubba Bubba and Candy Corn. Can't really see. It's just, I mean, it's midday, but it's dark in here when you got the winterized tarps up. Got all of Gummies out, and again, hot tamales. Bit of honey in them. They're still in. Box is still in. Same with red vines. They come out today. So, all right. Again, guys, thanks again for watching, and have a great day.